Here we are at ISHI 32. I keep entering every conversation that way. I should probably come up with something else, but I'm just going to stick with it. Talking to Tara and Rachel from DNA Labs International. So welcome to ISHI 32.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. So we were just chatting a little bit before we started here. Rachel, you've been here how many times?
I think 7.
7 times.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fantastic. And Tara?
This is my second time being at ISHI.
Okay. Very great.
ISHI's actually how we got Tara.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I went
it's
to
a success story.
I
love
went
this.
to ISHI in Seattle
Okay.
3 years ago, and I had watched Rachel as well as Christina Rentis on stage presenting.
Yes.
And I was like, I really like them. Went to their booth, exchanged information, and then a couple months down the road in February, I sent Allison Nunes an email and was like, hey, are you guys hiring? Because I'm moving to Florida and I'm looking for work. And then 2 months later, I had a job offer in hand, and now 3 years later, here I am.
That is amazing.
Before she started, I actually went to her lab to do like a whole, it wasn't specifically her lab.
It was
like
a tech tour.
Yeah,
Okay.
to do a presentation. And I was leaving because I had to go to court, so I couldn't stay for the whole meeting. And I was like going out to get my Uber or Lyft or whatever. And Tara came like running down the hallway. And she was like, by the way, I'm coming to work with you. I'm so excited, but I haven't put in my notice yet, so don't say anything. But I just wanted to come say hi.
That's amazing. Chased you right out to the street.
I chased her out the door, and I was like, I was told to say hi to you and to meet you, but I can't do it in front of everybody else because they don't know I'm leaving yet.
So you were just stalking her a little bit, waiting until she got out the door.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
That's excellent. That's good work. And so what do you do at DNA Labs International?
I started off as just a DNA analyst working in the lab as well as writing reports, but now I'm a senior DNA analyst, so I do writing reports, technical reviews, but I'm also part of the quality assurance laboratory team. So my job title is a mouthful.
What is it? I love hearing these.
Senior DNA analyst and quality assurance laboratory processing specialist.
Oh, that was good. That just rolled right off.
And so it just flows. It just keeps going. So I work now in QA as well as writing reports and testifying and doing those reviews to make sure everything that we do is going through with the highest quality that we can give.
Sure. And so are they, when you're going to court, are they picking a person from QA on purpose, or they choose, who chooses to go?
It's usually just luck of the draw, whoever wrote the report.
Oh,
but when we have
okay.
hearings, sometimes we do pull other people. Or if it's like a past staff member who's no longer available to testify, sometimes then the technical reviewer or a lucky volunteer will get to go in their stead.
Okay. Rachel, how many times have you been to court? Let's just ballpark it.
I think I'm like at 57 or 58, somewhere around there.
Wow. Okay, so let's say out of those times, what is the number of those where your testimony has helped solve the case or been on the good side of what you wanted it to be?
Well, I mean, it depends on what the good side is.
I
to
didn't
be
know how
totally
say
neutral,
that.
we go for defense a lot too.
Okay.
But I think a lot of times DNA really is critical in investigations, and definitely something that jurors are expecting to see when they go, especially for like homicides and sexual assaults and things like that. But then sometimes too, they just want to show you, like people watch CSI and Investigation Discovery, and they're expecting forensic testing to be done. So on occasion we do get calls. I'm like, why am I being called? Like, we had no results on this. I don't understand.
Yes.
Okay.
But they want to show that they've done their due diligence and that they tested everything that they could.
No kidding. Okay, I would have never thought of that. That's probably part of that whole system now since the OJ trial, right? Excuse me. You know, now it's kind of, people in the world are expecting it. Yeah, I never really thought of that.
We were in a workshop yesterday and we played Cahoots, which I don't know if you've ever played Cahoots, but it's super fun.
Yeah.
And one of the questions was about OJ, and the person in front of me was like, you led me astray. How come you didn't know? And I was like, to be fair, I was in elementary school. Like, I wasn't like hitting the field of forensics when OJ was happening. But I also love that everyone calls it OJ, not the Nicole Brown case. Just in which, to be fair, I can't even remember the boyfriend's name now.
Oh, I can't.
It's terrible.
I
You
can't
can cut that part.
Well, it's just life. Like, we just forget things sometimes, right? Okay, so what else do you do at DNA Labs International? Like, are you working with like the vendors that are here at ISHI? Do you use their products, or do you have your own set of products that you use as well?
It's a mix.
Okay.
We use a lot of the vendors here. our laboratory coordinator, Ivy Chung, is actually with us, and
Okay.
so she gets all of our supplies. So she's like that point of contact for like all of the different vendors that are here. But we also have our own proprietary buffers that we've developed, and we've also have our own like LIMS like tracking system for like all of our cases and report writing that our IT department built from the ground up.
Wow.
That
okay.
perfectly suits what we're doing at DLI and all the different technologies that we have established.
Right. So you might work with one vendor who's doing DNA extraction from bone or something specific like that, and then another vendor that is really good at rape cases or something like that.
It's more for like the supplies or,
okay.
or things like that, but when it comes to the actual analysis, that's all done in-house.
Okay.
And so it's like all the extractions, the quants, the amps, CE, that's all done by our staff.
Okay.
And we're all trained, all of our staff are trained on all the different technologies and methodologies that we have, that we're using, and all, as well as the ones that we're bringing online.
Okay.
But we do, I'd say, like just walking around the vendor area, for those who can't see, it's back there.
Yeah.
We definitely work with probably like half the vendors that are here. So it is fun to go to things like ISHI and get to see them in person and get to see, I work a lot with new technology in our lab, so getting to see the cool new things that are coming out and figuring out, does this make sense for us to bring online? And if it does, should we do it right now? Should we do it next year? What makes the most sense for us? So that's kind of fun for things like that, and to get to see everyone's faces and catch up, because a lot of these people we haven't seen in 2 years at this point.
You can almost see everyone's whole face, right?
Almost.
It's so great. Because I really found out that I miss seeing people's chins, right? Like there was that little bit of time where people took the masks off, and that was what I noticed. I was like, wow, you have a really nice chin. And people thought that was odd, but I'm serious. I like to see that whole face. And
It's
that's
harder
why I
to
went with
recognize
this.
people with
I
masks,
know.
though, too. Not everyone has as wild of a personality as you. So usually I can hear your voice and be like, oh, Strauss.
That's-
But a lot of people you see, they'll be like, hi. I'm like,
Yeah.
pull down. I need to be like TS in the
I'm always
airport.
for
Pull
mouths. I'm
down.
always looking for smiles. That's how I
Yes.
recognize people. So it's like now it's like I can't. It's like who, and then you go move the
Yeah.
mask. It's like, oh yes,
Yep.
yes.
Looking
I
at
remember
matches
you
is
now.
creepy, though, because then you have to be like,
I
looks
know,
like-
everyone's staring at my belly. It's fine. I don't mind, because then I can see, I know that people know who I am.
Yeah.
And that's really been helpful this year, just to have everybody's name
Yeah.
badge on because of that, Who are you? Okay, so here's a question for you. A lot of these little figurines have gone missing. Dun, dun, dun. At a forensic science conference. It's blowing my mind. Do you guys have anything that you could help track down a missing piece like that?
Really falls on you, Travis, for planning. You RFID tagged everything else. You should have done the figurines, and then we could have been like, knock, knock, knock. I know Jasmine's in there.
You're so right. That absolutely should have been done. I can't believe that we did not have the foresight to see that.
Next time, lessons
Dang
learned.
it, yes.
Part of me wonders if they're being taken and hidden somewhere else as like a joke,
Oh.
as like they're
because
taken hostage.
Somebody wants to
Or
win.
they're gonna pop back up when you least
It's
expect
like all of a
them.
sudden it's like, oh look, there's Donald Duck.
They're gonna be lining the edge of the stage like little soldiers on the last day of the conference.
Because whoever wants to win, right,
Yeah.
is stealing them so people can't check them off.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it. They want the big prize, which...
Stay away from our Jasmine. She's not leaving our booth.
She matches our DLI colors.
Are you serious?
Well, think about it. We use like that
so
DLI
perfect.
blue, teal,
Yeah,
and then
that kinda-
jasmine. It's
uh-huh.
like
A perfect
it's
fit.
like they knew.
I feel like
like
you
you knew.
may want to glue her down.
We did.
Okay. That's-
Not glue, Velcro, but we
Velcro.
did.
Yes.
Someone's gonna go
she's a
snatch her
little
and be
bit
like, what the?
yes.
Yep, keep your hands off my Disney character.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Disney characters, if you could be a Disney character, who would you choose to be? Who do you most identify with, Rachel?
Oof. I would probably say, so this ages me a little bit. So I might not be old enough for OJ, but I loved Land Before Time.
Oh,
And I loved Sarah the Little Triceratops. She's kind of a brat, but really adventurous and brave. So I feel like I can kind of relate to her. I also really like Ariel because, like, the gadgets and gadgets aplenty. I love being in the water.
Yeah, okay, excellent.
So if the one I could probably relate to the most would probably be Mulan, and
Okay.
like that like drive and fight to like prove yourself and always like do those extra steps. But I love Sleeping Beauty enough to the point of where my daughter's name's Aurora.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I'm so geeked out by that. That's amazing.
We were coming back from dinner last night, and
fantastic.
everyone from our lab, except for me, because I've never seen it, was singing like songs from Mulan. And I was just like,
Oh my gosh. What's the... Sing a song for me from there. What is it?
We were actually singing songs from Moana.
oh,
Moana.
Oh, okay. So
No,
I,
I
wouldn't
I
know
also
what
haven't seen
want.
that one.
Yes, which I absolutely love that movie, but my daughter loves it too. She's got
Okay.
all like the figurines and the dolls, and it's like,
She
They were
plays
playing
Moana?
it in the Uber. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't get it. She's a little witch. And they're like, no, like the music, the ocean speaks to her. I'm like, I don't understand.
she's just connected to the ocean.
Yeah. It's her spirit.
I guess.
I don't know. So have you been to Disney World before?
I
Have
have.
you gone?
Yes.
Never before? Why?
I'm like, am I allowed to say it? I'm not a Disney person, really. I like a lot of
That's
the old school
fine.
classic ones, but I'm like, I don't like rides. I don't like love tons of crowds. Unless I'm like at a
Okay.
concert.
There's tons of crowds, but on Wednesday you have to go on Avatar Flights of Passage. I'll go on it with you. Everything will be
Does
okay.
it drop out of the sky? Do I go upside down?
No. None of those things are going to happen. You're going to fly on the back of an Ecron, and if it's too much, you can close your eyes, but otherwise, you won't hardly even feel anything.
It's one of those ones where you sit and it just like shifts, but it's not like an actual like
Yeah, it's
driving
not
ride.
moving
I
you
think I'm
anywhere.
gonna need like a shot of tequila or something first.
I think we can
I
line
also
that
have
up. I'm
never
gonna-
seen Avatar.
Oh, my heart.
Well,
I
this
love
interview
that
just took a
movie.
turn. Wow, never even seen Avatar?
No.
Oh,
All right, well, you're going to be amazed then when you actually even see Avatar Land in Disney World, because they do things there that they're mind-boggling, that you can't even
Alright.
believe they've been engineered and are done. You're going to love it. Have you been there? Have you ridden?
no, I've actually, so even though I love Disney, I've actually only ever been to Disney 3 times in my entire life.
That's great.
Only
too.
3 times.
Only
Only
3
3
times.
times.
Hey, I'm in my 30s. It's only been 3 times.
Yeah, you've got
Once a
whole
decade.
lifetime ahead of you.
Like, I haven't even brought my daughter yet, even though her name's Aurora. But she's 5, so I'm waiting until she's a little
Don't
bit
wait.
older
Don't wait.
so she remembers.
Doesn't matter. You'll remember, and you'll remember how much fun she had in her eyeballs when she
True,
sees
true.
actual Aurora. Well, oh, it's amazing.
First time I went, I was around 6 or 7,
Okay.
and then once in high school, and then once actually this past October for a bachelorette party.
Now that's an idea.
It was fun. We all made ears and we wore them, and she had her bride one. It was a blast.
Super good time. Did you go to Epcot and drink around the world?
Unfortunately, no. We just did Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a perfectly fine place to go hang out too. Yeah. Very, very fun. Well, I can't wait to see you on Avatar Flights of Passage on Wednesday.
Maybe. We'll see.
We'll do it. I'll get you a shot of tequila. I wrote it down here. Rachel needs tequila, so I'll find you, and then I'll make sure you get that, and then we'll ride it together as a
Alright.
team. It's going to be amazing. Well, thank you both so much for hanging out with me and chit-chatting here at Issue 32. I can't wait until we talk about stuff at Issue 33.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, definitely coming. Awesome. Well, thanks a lot to both of you.
Thank you.